Welcome back to Uncivil Law. Today, we're diving into a lawsuit that's more tangled than your earbuds after a workout. This legal drama involves one of the internet's most polarizing figures, Logan Paul. Yep, the same guy who turned from Vine superstar to boxing enthusiast to Japanese forest admirer and now apparently a crypto entrepreneur. Ever wonder what happens when the law meets YouTube's fame? Well, today's episode, you're gonna find out. Our main character today is CoffeeZilla, aka Steven Findeson, the guy who's been giving scammers nightmares and honest folks a reason to smile. CoffeeZilla, the crusader of crypto chaos, is now facing a lawsuit from none other than Logan Paul. And if you think it's just a simple YouTuber spat, you'd be wrong. This is the kind of legal drama that keeps lawyers' coffee cups filled up and viewers like you on the edge of your seat. So let's break this controversy down. Picture this. Logan Paul fires a lawsuit against CoffeeZilla, claiming defamation, libel, and all those big scary words that make lawyers salivate. Now, in layman's terms, Logan is essentially saying, hey, CoffeeZilla, the things you've said about me are mean and untrue. But wait, CoffeeZilla's response is, oh really? Well, prove it. It's a little bit like watching a boxing match, but instead of jabs and hooks, we're talking about allegations and denials. And oh boy, do we have a juicy matchup here. On one side, we have Logan Paul, who is no stranger to controversy. His CryptoZoo project was supposed to be the next big thing, an NFT game where players could breed animals and earn rewards. But, spoiler alert, the game's launch was as successful as a parachute made out of lead. The game never really took off, leaving many investors feeling like they just bought a pet rock with a digital face. And who steps in to investigate this? None other than CoffeeZilla. He dives deep, uncovering all the messy denials like a digital Sherlock Holmes. And just when you think the story couldn't get any more tangled, Logan decides to sue CoffeeZilla. Can you imagine the raw nerve? Let's talk about Logan's allegations, shall we? Logan claims CoffeeZilla spread falsehoods and damaged his pristine reputation. He even brought in a whole team of lawyers to back him up. I mean, who needs 5 lawyers to fight a YouTuber? Unless, of course, perhaps you've got something to hide. Logan's like a dog with a bone, trying to blame everyone but himself for the CryptoZoo fiasco. Logan accuses CoffeeZilla of defaming him by insisting on refunds for CryptoZoo's disappointed investors. Yes, folks, Logan is upset that someone dared to suggest that he should pay back people who trusted him with their money. Can you believe it? In Logan's world, accountability is like trying to catch a greased pig, slippery and nearly impossible. Now, CoffeeZilla isn't just sitting back and sipping at his namesake. Oh no, he's fighting back with the ferocity of a caffeine-fueled lion. In his official response, CoffeeZilla denies almost all the allegations, calling the lawsuit a classic case of frivolous litigation. And honestly, it reads like the perfect plot for our courtroom drama. CoffeeZilla's defense team is pulling no punches, stating that Logan's claims are as empty as Al Capone's vault. Here's the kicker. CoffeeZilla argues that his statements were not only true, but also a matter of the public interest. He's like an internet watchdog, barking at every shady deal and scammer trying to slink by. The lawsuit's core argument hinges on CoffeeZilla's allegedly damaging Logan's reputation. But considering some of Logan's previous escapades, remember the Japanese forest incident? His reputation might already be as tarnished as a forgotten penny. For those of you who might have missed the CryptoZoo spectacle when it first happened, let me paint you a picture. Imagine a game that promises excitement, riches, and rare digital animals. But instead, what players got was akin to an empty theme park with no rides and a sign that says, sorry, we're closed. The CryptoZoo project was supposed to be a blockchain marvel, but it turned out to be more of a digital ghost town. Investors who bought into the game's promises found themselves holding digital bags worth less than a stale bag of chips. CoffeeZilla was the guy who stood up and said, hey Logan, maybe you might want to do the right thing and refund these folks. But instead of taking full responsibility, Logan has decided to go on the offensive, pointing fingers and filing this latest lawsuit. A classic deflection technique, don't you think? And just when you thought this saga couldn't get any more convoluted, enter stage left the Ontario Securities Commission. They've launched an investigation into another one of Logan's business's ventures called Liquid Marketplace. This particular platform promises co-ownership of rare collectibles, but it turns out, at least according to the Canadian government, it's more like a magic trick, but without the magic. Investors put in millions, but according to the Canadian government, what they got was more of an illusion. The Ontario Securities Commission accused Logan Paul's company of being a multi-layered fraud. And here's the twist. Logan wasn't directly implicated, at least so far, by the Canadian government's implications, but his business associates were. It's like a crime thriller where the main character keeps getting caught up in the wrong crowd. Logan's defense? It's all my partner's faults. Yeah, right. It's like trying to blame the weather for a poorly planned picnic. Now, let's get back to CoffeeZilla. CoffeeZilla reached out to Logan with some questions about this whole mess, and just hours before the deadline set to respond, Logan's lawyers hit him with a lawsuit. Coincidence? Well, I tend to think not. It's as if Logan's trying to silence any whispers of accountability with a gavel instead of a microphone. This lawsuit appears to not just be about past reports, but also about keeping future ones from seeing the light of day. But CoffeeZilla isn't backing down. He's like a dog with a bone, determined to see this through. His defense claims that Logan's lawsuit is nothing but a strategic move to bury any chance of new investigations into his business dealings. And if you ask me, this is not just playing dirty, this is bringing a bulldozer to a sandcastle competition. The public so far doesn't seem to be buying Logan's act either. Fans and fellow creators so far have rallied behind CoffeeZilla, supporting his quest for truth and transparency. Social media is buzzing with comments like "Justice for CoffeeZilla" and "Logan, just pay up." It's a digital aid David versus Goliath, with CoffeeZilla slinging facts instead of stones. Logan's attempt to silence his critics so far is backfiring spectacularly. Instead of shutting down the conversation, he's amplified it up, bringing more attention to his controversial dealings than ever before. It seems to be like putting out fire, but with gasoline. But let's not forget the human element here. Behind every lawsuit and every business scandal are real people who have been affected. The investors who trusted Logan's promises are left with broken dreams and empty wallets. CoffeeZilla, meanwhile, is standing up for them, highlighting their plight and fighting for justice in a world where trust can sometimes be a rare commodity. It's a heart-wrenching situation, and you can't help but to feel for those caught in the legal crossfire. CoffeeZilla's pursuit of accountability isn't just about one YouTuber's antics, it's about standing up for everyone who's been scammed or misled, plus the ability of a journalist to continue to conduct their craft without fear of a bully shutting them down. As we look into the future, one thing is clear. CoffeeZilla isn't slowing down. His relentless pursuit of the truth continues, and the community appears to be here for it. The lawsuit may be a speed bump, but it's not stopping this digital detective. He's unraveling scams faster than you can say CryptoZoo, and we're all going to be here for the ride. Before you know it, the plot will thicken, and we'll be off to the next chapter in this legal saga. Hold on to your seats, because the CoffeeZilla matter is just getting started. So, what do you think about all this legal drama? Was CoffeeZilla right to call out Logan Paul, or is Logan just a misunderstood person after all? Do you believe justice will be served, or are we witnessing a new age of legal posturing? Drop your answers in the comment section below, and let's get this conversation started. Until next time, I've been Uncivil Law, and remember to keep it uncivil out there.